Ever feel like your salary just disappears the minute it hits your account? You've worked hard, but by the end of the month, it seems like there's never enough left over. It might seem like the answer is more money, but what if I told you the real key to making your salary go further is smarter, more intentional spending? Today, we'll explore how to maximize your income by making conscious financial choices. And by the end, you'll have the tools to create a conscious spending plan that's adaptable, powerful, and best of all, realistic. Let's start with the idea of intentionality. Too often, we think about money in terms of limits, what we can't buy or have to cut out. But what if, instead of restricting ourselves, we focused on choosing where our money goes? The truth is, when you allocate your income based on your values and priorities, you're not only maximizing its value, but also creating a sustainable way to live comfortably. This isn't about saying no to everything. It's about saying a powerful yes to what really matters. Enter the Conscious Spending Plan, a simple framework for making every dollar count without feeling deprived. Think of it as a roadmap that guides where your money should go, allowing you to spend freely in areas that align with your goals and values while controlling unnecessary expenses. To create one, let's start by dividing your income into 4 core categories: essentials, savings, investments, and guilt-free spending. Step 1 is determining your essentials. This includes everything you need to function and maintain a basic quality of life: rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, and health-related costs. Essentials are the foundation of your spending plan, and they typically take up about 50 to 60% of your income, depending on where you live and your personal needs. This percentage isn't a hard rule, but rather a guideline to keep your necessary expenses within a reasonable portion of your income. If you're spending too much on essentials, consider ways to make adjustments, like choosing a more affordable housing option or meal planning to cut grocery costs. Next, we have savings. Think of savings as a buffer for your future self. Ideally, set aside 10 to 20% of your income here, but this may vary based on your income level and current responsibilities. This category includes your emergency fund, which should ideally cover 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. An emergency fund protects you from unexpected costs, allowing you to avoid debt if something unforeseen happens. Once you've built a comfortable emergency fund, you can start saving for other goals like a vacation, education, or a down payment on a home. These goals should be specific and have a timeline attached to help keep you motivated. Now let's move on to investments. Unlike savings, which are typically short-term, investments focus on long-term growth. The percentage you allocate here may vary widely based on your personal goals, but it's generally good to set aside around 10 to 15% of your income, if possible. Investments are crucial because they help your money grow over time, thanks to compound interest. You don't have to be a financial expert to start investing, either. Low-risk options like index funds, diversified mutual funds, or even local investment opportunities in your area can be excellent starting points. If possible, try to automate your investments to make sure you're consistent, whether it's through direct debit, employer plans, or online apps. Then, we get to the guilt-free spending category, which is perhaps the most exciting part of the conscious spending plan. This is the money you allocate for things that bring you joy and fulfillment without derailing your financial goals. Set aside 10 to 20% of your income here for hobbies, dining out, travel, or whatever enriches your life. The key is to enjoy this spending with zero guilt, because it's already part of your plan. You've budgeted for it, so you know it won't interfere with your essentials, savings, or investments. The guilt-free category keeps you motivated because it allows you to enjoy your money now while still building your future. To make this conscious spending plan work, you'll need to track and adapt. Set up a simple system, whether it's a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even pen and paper, to monitor your spending in each category. Checking in weekly or monthly helps you see where you might need adjustments. Did you overspend on essentials this month? Or maybe you didn't fully use your guilt-free budget. Tracking helps you make informed changes to your plan so that it stays realistic and adaptable. But how do you stick to your plan without feeling restricted? Here's where automatic transfers come in. Set up your bank account to automatically distribute portions of your salary to different accounts that correspond to each category. One for essentials, one for savings, one for investments, and one for guilt-free spending. By automating, you're setting up barriers against impulsive spending and making sure that your money goes where it's intended before you even have the chance to divert it. Another useful technique to stay on track is to implement a 48-hour rule for any impulse purchases outside of essentials. Let's say you see something you really want but hadn't planned for. Instead of buying it on the spot, wait 48 hours and see if you still feel it's worth the expense. Often, the excitement fades, and you'll find that many impulse buys aren't necessary. But if after 48 hours you still feel strongly, you can consciously decide whether to use your guilt-free budget to make that purchase without feeling any regret. Also, don't overlook the power of reviewing your spending plan regularly. Life changes, and so should your budget. If you get a raise, for example, don't automatically increase your spending in all areas. Instead, consider adjusting your savings or investment percentages to align with your new income. Alternatively, if you experience a drop in income, you may need to reevaluate your essentials and prioritize areas where cuts are possible. Flexibility is key to making this plan sustainable over time. Remember, the conscious spending plan isn't about rigid control or restriction. It's a guide that empowers you to direct your money toward what matters most. By creating balance across essentials, savings, investments, and guilt-free spending, you're not just managing your money. You're making it work for you. And the best part? You're creating a financial system that lets you enjoy life today while building a secure future. In the end, making your salary go further isn't about denying yourself. It's about choosing where your money can have the greatest impact. Through the conscious spending plan, you're in control, making financial choices that support your values and goals. By tracking, automating, and adjusting as needed, you'll see just how much you can achieve on your current salary, no matter where you live or what you earn.